Hi. I thought as we entered the second week of lockdown, it might be useful to share a few thoughts about leading teams remotely. Not everybody's had the opportunity to manage or lead a remote team before. And so with these times of us all being isolated and segregated from our teams, I thought it might be useful to share a few things from my experience. Firstly, you really need to focus on the people. It's very easy to get highly focused on the task and just look at what the goals are and how people are performing against them. But you really need to increase your focus on checking that people are okay, that the isolation isn't getting to them, that they've got everything that they need. If you look after the people, that goes a long way to helping them stay productive and get things done. And the first thing to do with that is to really up your communication. So make sure that you're speaking frequently. Use video conferencing. It's a great tool that's around free of charge from a variety of vendors these days, and it's a great way to keep in touch. And it's not just one-to-one communication that we need; it's group communication. So organise group calls, group virtual calls, virtual meetings with video conferencing, and that really helps people stay connected and keep in touch with each other. And don't just purely focus on work. Why not organise a video conference coffee chat where you can all just get together and shoot the breeze. These things happen in the office all the time, and lots of goodness comes out of them. So just replicate that in the virtual world. Might seem a little bit false to start with, but try it for 2 or 3 times and you'll find people soon get used to it. And it's nice to have a chat with other people, especially for those people that are completely isolated, living at home by themselves. Another tip is to have those difficult conversations. They still need to be had. You know, the sorts of conversations that people are a little bit worried about and they don't want to have and they try to avoid at work. Well, it's just so easy to avoid those when you're all working remotely that things can fester and become much more critical than if you just took a deep breath and had that conversation. Please, if you do have these conversations, make sure that you're increasing your level of empathy. You're focusing entirely on observed behaviors and not responding to opinions and hearsay. The other thing is about goals. If you can talk to people and help them set micro goals, goals for things that are going to take about an hour or so. In an office environment, whether you do it consciously or not, people are always getting those little pats on the back, the little checks that they're doing things going in the right direction and achieving what they need to achieve. When you're isolated, it simply doesn't happen. So give people the opportunity to set small goals that they can say, well, I've finished that, that's great, I've done that, I can move forwards. And then check in on them from time to time and reinforce that yourself. And the other thing is to encourage people to take breaks. When you're at work in an office environment, you very seldom arrive first thing in the morning and sit there until 5 o'clock in the evening. So encourage people to, when they feel their focus is slipping, to get up, take a little walk around the room, make a cup of tea, do something different, and then you can come back a little bit more refreshed. Okay, well, hopefully that's a first few hints and tips, and maybe we'll come back and do some more a little later. Thanks very much.